Hello, fellow travelers, Akob here, and welcome to What Do I Think About? Because it's Wednesday, and what do I think about today? Runescape. So, oh boy, where to begin on this one? Runescape. Let's see. I think I'll take it from the beginning. I was introduced to Runescape back in the... Actually, I don't remember the exact grade. I was like 8 years old, I believe. I was introduced to it by an older guy, quite a bit older than me because of the special sort of class. We were mixed ages, all boys. And as such, I was shown the game by this guy, and this was way back, like way back. Anyone younger than me probably won't remember it, but the first sort of version of RuneScape, you actually had to carry around a sleeping bag, and then every now and then you had to sleep. I don't remember what it did, but you had to sleep for some reason. You had to sleep every now and then. Suddenly you were tired, and then you had to sleep. And there was no, or you had a minimap, but there were no indicators, so you didn't know which stores were which. It was a complete mess. You know, it was okay. It was alright. Sorry, didn't mess with the camera. It was actually quite fun. Obviously, as the update came and they sort of reworked the game, and now they introduced a proper minimap, you didn't have to sleep anymore, which, thank God for that. It became a lot better. It became really awesome, and it became, like, sort of what League of Legends is to me now, which is something that I can always play League of Legends. I'll always have a good time doing it, and it's never really feel like not playing League of Legends. Except if in League of Legends, if I'm on a terrible losing streak and everything's just going wrong for me, then obviously I don't feel like playing all that much. But on RuneScape, it's not exactly the same thing, but you know what? It was my game for years that I just played. I had one early character that I made called Akob81, which there's a long story to that name and all the names I've had since then and the name I currently have and whatnot. Also, Akob is actually right. I might as well explain that right now then, actually, so that we clear that up. Why am I called Akob? If you see my League of Legends videos, I am called Alexander811. There's actually quite a transition there. The thing is, obviously I wanted to be called Alexander in RuneScape, but I couldn't. The name was taken. What do you know? Didn't really feel like there were any of the names that it suggested didn't really fit me, so yeah. I knew a friend at the time, he was, pretty good friend at the time, called Jacob, and I was young, I don't know what I was thinking, but then I went for Jacob instead. Couldn't be called Jacob either, but it suggested Jacob81, I was like, Jacob81. Okay, and since that day on, I was called Jacob81 in every game. Yeah. Pretty good, pretty good. I was called Jacob81 for a long time. It was always my main. I actually still have the account. It's just RuneScape has changed a lot, so I don't play it anymore. But I'll get to that. I should probably speed this up. Right. So Jacob81. Something happened. I couldn't be called Jacob81. Other people had started taking the name for some reason. So then I put on another one. So then it became Jacob811. Kept using that for a long time. Then eventually, somebody had taken that name 2 in a game, and then I started calling myself Alexander811, and that is the name I have now. So it initially started with Jacob81, turning into Jacob811, turning into Alexander811. Yeah, that's so that's what I'm called most places now. It's Alexander811. I rarely change that up, and people usually don't take that name anyway, so that's what I'm called in-game now. And so, Akob, it's sort of like Alexander811 felt like a long word to say, you know, on YouTube, like, oh, Alexander811, that guy. Or combining the history of my name changes, Alexander and Jacob, Akob. There you go. So that's the story behind that. And hell, we're a long way into this video. But anyway, started playing RuneScape. We have the original sort of weird version of it. With the sleeping and all. And then the actual version came. And oh my god, it was so much better. It was so awesome. Then I played the normal version for a long time, and I favored smithing. I don't know why. I really loved that. Mining and smithing were sort of my things. And then I just tried out a lot of different things. Fishing as well. I ended up doing that later on. I did a lot of fishing. It was such a fun game, and I loved playing it so much, and I played it so many hours, and it's great. And all my friends were playing it. Like, more and more of the people I knew got introduced to the game, and they all started playing as well. And my brothers started playing the game as well, or mostly it was my middle brother, not the smallest one that much. But that was always the one the most addicted to the game, if you will. And it was so good. And then eventually I became a member, and then, you know, I could get to the premium places, chop down the better wood, get all the mining spaces where I didn't have to wait and run around and get in front of all the others all the time, competing to get the ore. You know, those were good times. It was funny. It was really fun, actually. Competing to get ore. That was a really big deal back then, because there were only so many ores with the exact metal that you could mine. That was the best for you, and that was the highest value, and that you needed. But you were there along with X amount of other people. And so, you know, if you woke up early or you did something, played at some time that other people didn't, it was just so, yes, I could get some mine. I could actually get to do it. Yes. And then there were these places like, this place, this is better. Here the new people don't go. Why is that? Because there are giant ass scorpions killing your ass while you're trying to mine. So you had to be a certain level to be able to mine there, so that was great. And also, you know, most people didn't know that place, initially at least, and so that was a good place to mine. So I sort of found different places to mine all the time, and that was awesome. I'm talking a lot about mining, but that's because it was a very integral part of my character. And also one of the things I really liked about RuneScape is sort of like my Skyrim character. He was a master at everything. He was good at archery, magic, fighting. He had plenty of health, strength. He was doing everything, except for the stuff that I didn't really understand at first and that I didn't appreciate and didn't think highly of, such as agility. I never got that. Plus, I played not being a member for the main portion of the time that I played the game, so therefore stuff like that was exclusive, I didn't do. It was as simple as that. One of the reasons I actually turned member was to get my own house in RuneScape, which I did, and that was very nice. It was very expensive and hard to upgrade, but it was cool nonetheless. So I played RuneScape for many, many years, and I loved the game. If you want a game that's very casual, and you can relax, and you can just chill around doing some quests, mining, having a good time for a long period. For long periods of time, having a great time, RuneScape is a freaking amazing game. If you can play it with some friends, even better. It's such a great game. Yeah. What else to say about RuneScape? I mean, right? My beginning, enjoyment, some anecdotes maybe of some stuff I did in RuneScape. Oh boy. One of the major changes that happened in RuneScape, they introduced a lot more quests, especially for the members. Like, pretty much only for the members. As time went on, and new areas, and becoming a member later on was definitely good, because then I could get through all these new places and get to explore a lot more. And when you're a member, you realize just how limited the non-member area is. But when you're not a member, you know, then it's plenty. Kind of. There are like woods, and you want to get the best mining materials that there is a lot of competition for, and then you can't really get that if you're not a member, because it's very hard. At least it was. I don't know how it is now. I haven't played for many years, actually. Many years. Because they had, like, they upgraded the graphics along the way, which was fine. But then, I don't know if it was some years ago, but all of a sudden, I logged in one day, and they had just changed the entire graphic system of the game to something entirely different, which is... One second. The graphics it has right now, the way RuneScape looks right now is the way is what it had changed to. I just can't appreciate it. I don't know why. It just turns me off completely. I can't stand the way it looks now. I feel like it's unresponsive, it's slow, it's ugly, it's terrible. I can't stand the way RuneScape looks right now. Maybe it's my computer, I don't know what it is. I can't stand it right now. But the previous version, the previous way it looked, I think the game is probably in most ways the same, I bet. But it's just, it looks different, and I can't look past the way it looks. I can't see past that. And that's very unfortunate because I really found it to be a great game. And then I guess one little tale is that RuneScape changed very significantly when they introduced the... oh, what was it called? It was some sort of trading system. It was in some relatively large city. They, right outside on the west side of the city, they made this huge transaction house, place, auction stuff. Yes, auction forum, something like that, where you could basically sell anything. You know, put out your, I want this much for it, I have this many to sell, stuff like that. And that just changed the entire game dynamic for me, in a way, because then all of a sudden I could be a trader. How awesome is that? And it was not, after that was introduced, it wasn't worth selling anything in the store anymore. Because that's what you usually did. Like, you tried to find the store, which would give you sort of the best price, which would feel bad, and then that's what you had to do, or you could trade with people. But now, in the auction house, like, you could find useless crap, at least to you. You could go there, and then you could try and sell it, and apparently that had a super high value. So you could just fill up your inventory with random shit you found. You could go to the auction house, and then you could get tons of cash for that. It was really fun. I love that. That made me into traders. I just went around, looted, found stuff, and I sold it, and I was like, oh, how much gold am I gonna gain? So I did it for the gold after that. That was great. That was awesome. Really good. And I had another friend who was like really into. He was sitting on the webpage, like on the, I think it was a forum or something, where you could see the prices of stuff, what was the most expensive, were these things going up and down in price, which was the best to buy right now. Just like an investor in it. I didn't quite go that far. I just like walking around getting stuff and then getting lots of gold for it. But he was really hardcore, like went investor style in RuneScape. So that was interesting. Good times. Anyways, I guess here at the end I should say, do I recommend this game to you? If you've never seen the graphics before, you haven't seen the previous ones, you haven't tried the previous ones, or maybe you just straight up enjoy it. Maybe you like it. I wouldn't know. If you do, you wouldn't know if you haven't tried it, obviously. So go try RuneScape. Go look at it. Go take a look, because it's actually a really fun game if you get into it. If you feel like it's something you would like to get into and try, you want some sort of game like that. It's very casual, it's very fun. Very nice game. So try it and see if you like it. I guess that's all I could say. I shouldn't be like, this game is the best ever, because I can't get into it myself, so that would be sort of false, I feel, but give it a try and see if it's something for you, because the game, the stuff you can do, although you have to be a member to do a lot of it, which is, you know, obviously that is kind of to be expected. Anyway, this has been a lot of rambling, but this is Akob. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I will see you on the roads, all of you lovely travelers out there. Well, have a good Wednesday, and I will see you next Wednesday. Wednesday. What do I think about Wednesday? What will next week's topic be? I do not know as of yet. That'll be interesting. Now we've gone different places. We've been at League of Legends twice. We've been at music, which is like, where the hell did that come from? And now RuneScape, which kind of back in the game, but still not League of Legends. So what will next week bring? Could be anything. But I will see you.